Here we go again, another day or another week, some more building happening. I just noticed I cut myself. It's not a van build unless there's some bloodshed and some tears running at some point during your van build. I'm just letting you guys know that now. It's the weekend, and it brings me to a good point where no rest for the weary, or whatever that term is. I work 7 days a week. I work 7 days a week on the van, or editing videos, or making content, or doing tours, or whatever it is. I work around the clock. Not much of a social life over here, but that's what I chose, and that's what I'm happy with. So I don't care anymore. I ended the last build video where I'm going to take it up from here. However, the video that came out last week was solar panel video, which is up there. Oh my God, solar. I still have to cut in the roof fan. I gotta mark all that. I might actually start doing that as soon as this floor is done. I really want to get the floor done. Actually, I need to get the floor fit and then put that Kills on. And that Kills will take at least a day to dry. So I talked about this in the last video where the floor dipped down quite significantly here. That's good stuff right there. And that's what you get for getting an old van that was probably used as some sort of delivery truck or something along those lines. Had to level it, and I'll get down low for everybody, but I put in these 1/2-inch blocks right here, and that will actually level out the floor. Rolo, what do you think? Nothing from Rolo. Pretty much level out the floor to where I need it to. I might put one more right there, but what you won't see is the time lapse of me bringing it back and forth after I make the cut, and then I make some minor changes, then I bring it over here, make all the changes over there, and then boom, 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 boom. It is a back and forth escapade. I don't know, that's a lot of editing for me, but, ooh, blood. I just noticed I cut myself. It's not a van build unless there's some bloodshed and some tears running at some point during your van build. I'm just letting you guys know that now. We'll say at this point right now that I have said this multiple times in other videos, but I will say it again. The hardest part of a van build is the first 10% and the last 10%. This first 10%, getting it prepped, getting it ready, it feels like you are just doing 8 hours worth of work and there's nothing to show for it. And it sucks. That first 10%. The last 10%, and we'll talk about it when I get there in 6 to 8 weeks from now, you feel like, again, you're like just doing these fine-tuning detail thingamajiggies and you're just getting nowhere, or it takes you 5 hours to like cut a handle or something, and it just is like, what am I doing? What, really? That's all I did today? And it feels like a never-ending oh crap moment. But I can promise you it is a very common thing. The first 10% feels like you're just not getting very far, and it's like, oh my God, what did I get myself into? And then that last 10% is like, can we just finish this freaking project? My advice to you, and I'll say this again when I get to that point of the build, is stop at that last 10%. Take it out on a trip. Get that finished detail work after you get that out of your system. Take it on one weekend trip, a 5-day trip, and just get it out of your system. This is a little bit harder to do. That first 10% of a van build, it's a little bit harder to take it out on a trip. But if you do need a couple days off, take a couple days off. You know, it's not a big deal. Don't work like I do. I work around the clock. I'm also crazy. right now I just want to talk over some product information and kind of give you guys a rundown on what's going on in the product ordering world. You guys are about a week behind my build in reference to me building to me putting this out onto the interwebs. But between my rent and paying my shop space and ordering these products the last few days, I have spent, yeah, over 3,000, close to 4 grand. So I'm feeling it. I am feeling it. I want to show you guys a couple places that I do get products from that have helped me. Place an order for Havelock wool. I only got the one big bag, which is 200 square feet. I don't think I'm gonna need more than that, and that's because I'm not using any wool on the floors. I'm only using it on the ceiling and the walls. The main insulators out there are either Havelock wool or 3M Thinsulate. I prefer Havelock for various different reasons. It's easier to stuff into crevices, but Thinsulate is also very good. Also foam board. Foam board is also good too. Those are all like water resistant, and Havelock, it does absorb moisture and then release it. Behind me on my computer screen, the website Van Windows Direct. Just called them to make sure that they had what I wanted in stock, but really I just have to make a decision. I plan on putting a window in the passenger sliding door. Really, it's the only window that I'll be putting into the van. I already have rear fixed windows, but I want something on a slider to have some airflow. So I have the sliding window and then I have the roof vent. I don't have windows, I don't have insulation, and I don't have plywood for cabinetry, which I'm gonna go over in a second as well. Already have a refrigerator, but that's also something to consider product-wise. I already have a sink, that's another thing to consider for you guys buying product-wise. Power system I already have, as well as my solar panel, and I'm trying to think of some other big products that you guys, oh, a toilet, I just bought a toilet. I went with a porta potty style. I think it was Thetford. The reason I went with Thetford was because of dimensions. I needed something low in height. The reason I needed something low in height is because I'm using it as I'm doubling up on it. I'm using it as a rolling ottoman, and I'm gonna make a box for it, and that is gonna slide in and out from underneath my bed, and it's also gonna double as an ottoman for me to sit on. So I'll have a box that you open up and use it as a pooper, but when it's not, it'll be an ottoman with a pad on it so I can be able to sit and roll around my low top space. That is why I'm making that. On a side note, I just want to point out that in 2021, it has been an eye-opening experience for a lot of the van companies out there. In the year 2021, everybody believes that they are a content creator and also a van builder. So with that being said, these companies have been taken advantage of quite frequently. Now, I actually do pay for a lot of my products. Yes, I did get hooked up with a heater. Heater's another product. Yes, I did get hooked up with a solar components. I wasn't even trying to get free swag or free products from Van Windows Direct. I just called them up and I asked them the questions I needed to ask them. I got the answers, and then I said, hey, before I get you off the phone, how many, I used a different word, but how many bad content creators have you been contacted by? And he just chuckled, and he's not going to badmouth anybody, but I've found that rather amusing. All these other companies that are small companies that operate on large scale, stop taking advantage of these companies. Stop calling them and asking them for free product. Do what I do, buy the product, do the video on it as an unsponsored video, and then reach back out to them and say, hey, this is what I did for you. How do you like it? And then moving forward, you'll probably get hooked up with certain things. That's how I do it. My example, what I just gave, is what I did with Expedition Upfitter, which is my heater. The heater that I bought from them, was it last year, was the portable planer heater. I love that thing. They also sell a planer heater that you can put into a van. It's a lot less than the S-Bar, and it's a little bit more than the Chinese diesel heater. I will do a full video on that when I receive it. However, me saying all of that is because I paid buku money for that portable diesel heater, and now that they saw that I actually do good by them, they were like, hey, can we hook you up with this heater? And I said, yeah, not a problem. I'll even do a video for you. And they did it.
Now they have become friends and I have a relationship with them. That's called relationship building, everybody. In my opinion, it is the best way to build a relationship with somebody is you actually pay them for their services instead of asking for free stuff. There's my rant. Back to the video. So in regards to the products, the heater's another thing. If you really want air conditioning, I have talked about air conditioning and it's more of a luxury item. However, I'll probably be able to use the Zero Breeze. Lighting and switches. I have another website here that I like to use, Super Bright LEDs. I'm about to order, another $165 worth of product. That's awesome. But I've got a couple different switches and then I have some LED strip lights. Now leaving Mr. Plywood, I don't know if you can see the wood is actually in the back. It's right over that shoulder right there. There's my receipt. $910. I went a little overboard in regards to wood, and I'll explain why. 6 sheets of 1/4 inch, which were only $36 a sheet, which isn't bad. I accept that. Dustin from Overland Van Project hooked me up with some other wood for all my cabinet faces and stuff like that. But for the carcass themselves, I got, and for the bed framing, 2 3/4 inch birch plywood, shop grade, which is the cheapest of the grades. And then, this is where I went a little overboard. I don't even know what that 3/4 inch birch goes for. 1/2 inch Baltic birch. And I got full 4x8 sheets. And a lot of people use those for inside your drawers or inside your cabinet. Why did I get 4 sheets of it? Because I'm doing something really cool for the ceiling and it requires Baltic birch. 1/2 inch Baltic birch for all of the drawers, cool ceiling design. And I probably am only gonna use 2 sheets if I had to guess for all of that. But I got 2 extra because Baltic birch right now is really hard to come by. They go for about $126 per sheet for the 1/2 inch. If I replicate this van again, because this thing is gonna be a freaking art piece, I'm gonna want that Baltic birch yet again. Let's go to the shop space and let's figure out what I'm gonna do today. It's getting to the point now that I actually don't know where the heck I am in these videos when I am talking about things, when I'm not talking about things. The days are mixing together. I've got so many other things going on. So brings up a good point that if you are trying to be a content creator and you're also trying to build a van, it ain't easy. This is my 3rd time building a van while recording it, and it does not get any easier. I just realized the lighting in my face, and it doesn't get any easier each time. It's actually more and more difficult because people ask more and more questions. I do 2 videos per week. Just trying to do 3, and it's a lot. There's no excuses. If I don't want to keep on doing what I do, I love what I do, so I can't complain. But I literally wake up each morning, do the coffee thing, and I've been trying to get back into the gym, so I don't really have much time for that right now. And then I either check emails, answer emails, which I get about 100 a week. We'll do either editing or, any type of video work or Instagram video creation or posts, or maybe jump on Reddit, anything of that nature. It's kind of crazy, and I have to do all that stuff. And I'm not trying to say woe is me, or I'm not trying to complain at any means. I'm very fortunate for everything I've got and everything I do, but it's just a lot. It's a lot to do. So where are we in the van? The floor has been put in during this van, and now I am doing all of the pre-installation before the Havelock wool insulation. So I've got kill mat up here on the ceiling. You might be like, dude, that's a little overkill on the kill mat. You're only supposed to do certain percentages of the metal. Yes, but I also like to create a thermal break. Now, my solar panel is right here, so there's gonna be a little bit of shade anyways, so I'm not too worried about right here. From this rib back is where the solar panel isn't, pretty much. I also put the roof fan in. I actually did not film that because the night that I put it in, all of my camera batteries were dead. So I apologize for not filming that, but I don't want to say it's cut and dry, but it's a 14 by 14 hole, and you put some butyl tape down and then you put the fan in, you screw it all in, or excuse me, you put the ring in, put that down, and then you put the lap sealant or some sort of, you know, protector for no water to get in. And then you put the fan in and you screw that in, and bada bing, bada boom, you got yourself a roof fan. So I put that up there. Now I also put the Frost King on the sides. Again, that's an R3 value. You see it right there. It's an R3 value. It's about an 1/8 inch thick. And that's because there's going to be indentations right there for my sleeping quarters. And then I'm also going to use the Frost King on from this part of the van back, because that's where sun is going to be. And then the Havelock will go up there as well. Havelock in the walls, Havelock in the cavities here, and you'll see all that. And then I need to do furring strips. Also, what I've been planning out and been doing and spending a lot of time doing is the layout of the van, or where exactly cabinetry is going to go. Let's finish the video here and let's pick it up next time. Hopefully my Havelock wool will be here. Brings me to my last point here. Putting the furring strips in the van are going to be very interesting, and I guess that'll probably come in the next video because of how the curves of the van and how the ribs are worked out. Every van is a little different. Transit, ProMaster, Sprinter, all a little different. Putting furring strips in, I feel like Sprinters are by far the easiest, and I think ProMasters and Transits have a little bit of difficulty, and that's because of the different depths of the cavities. And what I mean by that is, like, right here, I know the lighting is bad, guys, I'm sorry, but that cavity is a little bit different. You know, this cavity over here is a little bit different. You know, these cavities up here, they're a little bit different. And so that's kind of what I'm trying to say. All right, I'm going to try and finish this up before I go home for the night. It's getting late here. I'm the last person in the shop, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.